if we cut out the letter M from the English word me, which stands for I, or better for I as in individual, and we turn the letter M over, we get the English word we. And of course this stands for us, so to say, for the group. This image is widely circulated on social media in this or other forms and can be used at the beginning of this video, which will be about the cultural dimension, individualism and collectivism, one of the Dutch social psychologist Geert Hofstede's basic human dimensions. Every society must find an answer to the question of the relationship between the individual and the group to the individual. The following also applies to this cultural dimension. It is not about cultures that are either individualistic or collectivistic, but rather about tendencies in cultures. So it is not about categories or two simple sides, but about orientation on a scale with extreme values. In cultures that are very group-oriented and tend to be collectivistic, we will certainly also find individualistic tendencies, perspectives and actions. Likewise, in cultures that tend to be individualistic, we will also find group orientations, mindful behavior, and examples of thinking that relates first to the community. So it's not a question of either or, but more of a as well as, with an orientation towards one side or the other side. First, let's start with definitions. Individualism refers to societies in which the connections between individuals are seen as being rather weak. Everyone is expected to take care of themselves and their immediate family. In the event of illness, an accident or unemployment, there are laws to protect you or insurances to help. On the other hand, we speak of collectivism in societies in which the individual belongs to the strong and closed we groups from birth on. These we groups, usually consisting of the extended family and broader communities of a clan or a village, protect the individual throughout their life. In return, the individual owes loyalty to these groups. In the event of illness, an accident or unemployment, help comes from the group, which means that the individual is also required to help other individuals in this group, wherever possible. Am I living in a more individualistic or collectivistic environment? To reflect on this and to make the differences clearer, you may want to try the following task. You might find it helpful to take a screenshot of this image, soon displayed in full screen, and work the task with two different colored pens. You can also press pause at any time to stop this video and complete the task. Look at this picture. Please circle in green or blue who belongs to your family. Please draw lines. Whom of these people do you have contact with at least once a month? From now on, please use a red or a yellow pen. Please draw lines. Which family members or relatives can you expect financial help from in an emergency? Please circle. Which family members can you spontaneously ask for an overnight place? If you would now like a comparison, you could perhaps print out the screenshot or send it digitally to a friend from a culture with more collectivistic tendencies, such as India, Syria, or if you origin from a place and culture of collectivism and group orientation, to a friend from a country. Please send your paper to a friend from a country of origin with a more individualistic tendency, such as the United States or Germany or Israel, for example. Let's continue with a comparison. In the middle, we focus on aspects that exist in both individualistic and collectivistic cultures. Let's see what an individualistic answer and what a collectivist answer would be. I selected the following aspects for comparison in this video: the highest goal, privacy, one's own opinion, proverbs and expressions that are value indicators of preferred behavior in public, and how is learning done, how does education work with children and in universities. We could of course look at many other aspects and areas, namely what a tendency towards individualism or collectivism means for working in administration, in healthcare, in the business world, or in a deeper way in schools and education. Extremely individualistic means that self-determination and self-realization are the highest goals. Privacy is sacred. Everyone is expected to have their own opinion and stand for this opinion. Expressing your opinion is an ability of a sincere and mature person. Performance is emphasized. There are sayings like, "The squeaky wheel gets the oil," or "ask and it will be given to you." In school and in universities, the goal of learning is how you learn something, so the learning path is important. Your teachers are particularly popular, young teachers are particularly popular as learning companions. A bad grade or not passing a test is not being seen as a big thing. Children learn to assert their own personal identity. Now, let's have a look at the other side. Extremely collectivistic means that harmony with others and consensus in discussions and controversies are the highest goals. Private life is determined by the group, and opinions are influenced or even predetermined by group membership. If necessary, you will put your own opinion aside. Overall, togetherness is strongly encouraged. There are sayings like, "The nail that sticks out will be quickly hammered in," or "The one who is quiet, calm and humble, to him will be given." In school and universities, the learning objectives are content-centered. It's more about factual knowledge. Special honor goes to the older, mostly male teacher as the carrier of knowledge. Failing at school or staying behind are seen as a disgrace to the entire family. Children first learn to fit harmoniously into the group. Since these videos are often seen and courses are often take place in a rather individualistic surrounding, the content is of course aimed at people in cultures that tend to be more individualistic. So it makes sense to look at this drawing, which was made in a relation to the highly collectivistic cultures of India. This man looks in the mirror and sees not only himself, but also all the members of his family. As people in individualistic societies would call it, the extended family. And he sees the extended family around his image. What is presented here is in simplified form as looking in the mirror actually means many other situations as well. This man will naturally and always take his family into account in all his decisions, expressions of opinion and actions. I would like to give us, as presumably people of an individualistic culture, the opportunity to gain insight into the patterns of thought of a person in a collectivistic culture. Chocolate advertisements are linked in the appendix or in a learning module for this video. A television commercial from Lindt, a television commercial from Cadbury in India. Watch the advertising films and, above all, consider which values are idealized alongside the advertising for the actual product. What is shown in the video to frame the product positively? You may then want to do your own research and watch commercials for similar products from different countries. How does McDonald's advertise in China compared to in the US? How is mineral water advertised in Germany and Indonesia? Commercial videos like these can tell us a lot about the respective ideals and value orientations in the respective culture. Now, what does collectivism mean for the cultural dimension time? We know that in cultures that tend to be rather collectivistic, people should always have time to cultivate relationships. Maintaining relationships is often valued more highly than punctuality. Some collectivist cultures openly abhor time pressure. What does collectivism mean for the cultural dimension of power distance? In more collectivistic cultures, the development of independence is much less encouraged, which means that the dependencies between people, for example, between children and parents, are automatically stronger. There's also a correlation between collectivism and high power distance. Videos on both of these two basic human dimensions are linked in the appendix or content of your course. On YouTube, I encourage you to leave your remarks in the comment section and to like and to subscribe. And I look forward to your valued cooperation and feedback on the seminar on the online learning platform or in our seminar in presence.